right.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to put that on vibrate. Fuck.
Isn't that the worst? Yeah, I have to. I pretty much just leave my shit on silent at this point. Because I'm a responsible ass adult.
Yeah, they really should just have like an adult mode on phones, and it's just always on vibrate.
And you can't when you're typing on it. You don't hear like how some of those iPhone motherfuckers.
Like clicking.
Oh, God.
I want to punch these people.
Might be extreme, but
It's a little forward, I guess.
alright. Well, this is a weird one, man. We're getting started on a Saturday on this podcast here. Usually a Sunday night, so I already feel like our groove's a little bit different, but we rocking, we rolling. We ready to do this?
What's that one? I can use my Firefox. I just can't. use
Oh,
it.
okay. This is the Mazama Brewing Salud. Like I said, we still got our phones too, so we'll be good.
Let us
Kind
know
of hate to
who's-
be on my phone while we're doing this, but it is what it is. It is what it is, what it
Like I said, great
is. All right. Are you guys getting there? Are you ready? I'm ready whenever you're ready.
You can see your on your gram and YouTube. Who's on there?
Brunomic started a live video. Yeah, it's there. It's going. It's good.
Like, I mean, the comments or whatever. If you go to like, I can't see what that says, but if you go to like the Basco Fiasco or
I
something.
can't see it on mine. It only does it from when you popped in. So if the comment was made before you popped in, I don't think you can see it.
Interesting. Never knew.
So yeah, I think it's just Veronica though. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't do that. Some more rounds here.
Set your fucking face. I'll go fuck out.
Whoa.
Intense, bro.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Intense. Oh,
Butts and wieners.
Butts and wieners. That's right. Okay. Well.
Sure.
You guys
I
ready?
feel like we have a lot of headspace on YouTube.
It's a little up here.
Right, it was that high.
Yeah, I'm fucking it up. I'm making it even worse.
Damn, fucking up, making it even worse.
Damn.
That should be on a shirt.
Okay, that's good enough. Whatever, it's not perfect, but at least there's not a shit ton of headspace on there. Cool. All right, dance too much booty on the floor.
Dang.
Is there ever too much booty on the floor?
No, when I came up with that song,
Well, it's all
Vic
just
just
man
fucking-
booty, I suppose.
it's like, what do you mean?
Sometimes it's just too much booty on the floor, man.
Sometimes you want to be the only one on the dance floor, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well then, let's get this party started.
All right.
Rock and roll.
Let's do this.
Count me in, dog.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Yo, 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 welcome to another Brewnomics podcast, episode 58. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I'm Vic.
Hope everybody's having a good time. We get started a little early, early, late. I guess the same time we normally start, just a whole 24 hours in advance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hope everybody had a good week. Had some good beer. Had some good times. Did you guys? Drink any special beer? Do any special things whilst we were away?
I thought about you a lot.
Oh, thanks. I thought about you guys a lot too.
Oh, good.
Just because you're so far away now.
So far
Even right
away
now,
from me.
you're in front of me, but you're so
This
far away.
table's too far.
I don't think I did shit this week, to be honest with you.
I'm right there with you. Pretty much just a working stiff.
Yeah, I've been about the same way. Just working.
I did go to a few breweries in Twin Falls. I went to this one called Koto, Koto. Had one of their reds. Then, of course, went to Von Scheidt again because
That's what you do.
That's what I do. Here in Twin Falls, you gotta make sure you go check out the Von Schott. They're pretty freaking great. And Kodo too. Kodo's more of a restaurant kind of brewery style. Von Schott is a lot more, well, a little intimate brewery. Still got some good food, good sandwiches, good pretzels, good people. You guys hear that? Oh, first beer from Paula. Mazama Brewing. Salud.
So,
Mexican style amber lager. Right at 5%. So this is a nice one to get started with.
yeah, I got that one again at the good old Brewers Haven. It was around, I believe, $5, like a little bit under 4.
A can?
Mm-hmm.
No doubt, dude. That's an expensive ass Mexican beer.
I guess that is, huh?
It really is. Mexican beer is actually usually pretty cheap. That's one of the great things about it. I mean, it's kind of like, it all kind of tastes the same to me a little bit. I don't mind it. I kind of like me a Mexican beer. And I do think it's interesting that all these American craft brew companies are starting to try and have their own spin on a Mexican style lager.
Huh. What really drew me to the beer was the label itself. You know, like just the way how pretty it looks. Oh, thank you, sir.
It is a super cool label. It's got kind of that like, Pueblo church artwork on it. Yeah, it is super dope.
And mainly, I just saw some.
Salud, which is always fun. Yeah, I'm excited to try this one, man. I guess we'll see how it goes. And does anybody have it up on Untapped?
Yeah.
What do we got, Vic?
So it's a 5% alcohol by volume. There's no real description of it. It has an average rating of 3.52. That's coming from 454 ratings, and it has 564 total ratings. It was added November 15, 2017. It's a Vienna style lager. So it does strike me as very expensive for a Vienna style lager. This is comparable to the Pay Up Fly line for those of you following locally at home.
Yeah, well, this is Mexican style lager on the can, so I guess it's their spin on a Vienna lager. It does seem a little, I mean, it's got that amber aspect to it, though. It kind of reminds me of like if you're doing the Dos Equis, I don't know, because it's kind of like the Dos Equis amber, a little bit. Or almost a Negro Modelo. Know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
I hear you. I hear you, Claudia.
Would you guys throw some lime in this, or you'd sip it as is?
I think as it is.
I don't think it needs a lime. It's pretty okay. It's kind of not a whole lot going on. Little fluffy, little malty, little refreshing. I think it's a good beer to get started on.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's a nice, easy drinker. I don't think it needs a lime at all either. Tasty. It does remind me a lot of the Pay Up Fly line already, though. I dig it.
What was its overall rating again? Did you say that?
I believe I did, but I will reassert it a 3.52.
Okay, that's pretty fair. Actually, I would say that if it's really $5, and you sure it wasn't $5 for 2 of them, Paula?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, I was like, because $2.50 for this is super reasonable. $5 is that was really gonna affect my rating on there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So okay,
Nice. All right. Glad we solved that conundrum.
Yeah.
We're good.
okay, that's fair. 3.5. I think that's a totally
Someone's
appropriate
not
rating.
sober.
So our friend, real quick, Veronica. Say hi, Veronica. Is going to Paris and asked if she brings back beer, if we'll do it on the podcast.
Of course.
The answer to that is always yes. If you bring us a beer from anywhere, especially somewhere that's dope like that, yeah, we're gonna drink it and we're gonna give you a shout out and we're gonna love it. And the world will be a better place for it.
I would finally respond to her video calls.
All right, Paula, rate the beer.
3.5.
3.5.
Smooth, clean. I love the way it smells. I do.
It is an excellent beer to start the night off. It really is.
Yeah, I'm gonna double down on that 3.5. I like it.
Perfect. Triple down then, huh? Across the board, a nice 3.5. That's a pretty good rating for it.
So Bruno,
It's not often we have the exact unanimous there. Interesting. Well, shall we get on with the news?
What's our news?
There's not a whole lot going on, but there definitely are some things. To me, the most interesting one, I'm just gonna get it out right of the way. Have you guys been following get it out? Right. Wow. I don't even know what I just said.
Get it out?
That wasn't
Yeah.
like a sentence, but you guys got it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's just move forward. You guys been following Suicide Squad 2 at all?
No.
Fucking Smith dropped out, right?
Smith dropped out, and apparently Margot Robbie's on the fence too. Like she's like apparently the new Ben Affleck, where she's in, she's out, she's in, she's out.
No.
So, giggity. I guess that's not quite how it works. So, James Gunn, he did say he kind of wants a whole new cast, which I'm okay with. But I feel like for the most part, if you keep two of them, those are the two you have to keep. And that is the nice thing about Suicide Squad. It has a super rotational cast, but a lot of the Suicide Squad movies that they've been doing in the DC universe, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't think of a single one that the two characters that are not in it, Harley Quinn and Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadshot's always a team lead man. He's a base on that, so he has to be in there in some way, shape,
Who are you going
form.
to get to lead it if it's not Deadshot?
Oh wait, are you ready for this? Bronze Tiger's son.
I
Oh!
was totally waiting for that.
Who are you going to get to play Bronze Tigers?
Michael
Jai White.
Alright. But Michael Jai White's though? Oh my god, that would be
That would be
solid.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'd totally be down with that.
Actually, that'd be really awesome. Harley Quinn and Deadshot, they need to be in that. They are just a base of that shit.
Exactly. And those were, they're the two, not just as far as the characters go, as far as the prolific actors in the series go, they're by far the biggest ones you got. Too.
And star power.
Right.
Yeah.
Smith is saying, apparently when I read it was an amicable split and it's just due to scheduling conflicts.
Oh, was he trying to shoot something else right now? Like
That's it. I don't know what the scheduling conflicts are.
Bad Boys 3 probably, but
He has a
Maybe.
busy YouTube career.
And it's got an important Instagram channel to run.
that he has other people edit and shoot for him. Goodness.
Yeah, that's all I got on that, unless you guys got anything else. I mean, obviously, I'm still intrigued. I'm still, the fact that James Gunn is on the helm and it's still going to be a whole pretty much new cast and crew.
I mean, it's exciting. I'm excited to see where they take it, but yeah, I just need Deadshot and Harley Quinn.
Whose phone's on vibrate?
My phone's over there.
God damn it, it's me.
Oh, someone just faced themselves. You don't ever look at your own dick, you jack off. I don't know, man. I'm excited. I shouldn't say I'm excited. I'm intrigued by Suicide Squad 2. The first one, it was just, it was something I wanted to see, and then it just sort of pitter-pattered.
Yeah. Well, because the Suicide Squad's had a lot of fun stories, but holy shit, that one missed the mark.
Yeah, first one was a bit of a dud.
Bit of a dud!
So with James and the whole new squad, I think it could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it could be fun.
Well, we already know what he can do with like an ensemble cast, like with Guardians of the Galaxy. So,
Well, he's got a
Pretty
proven
good.
track record with comic book movies.
Mhm.
I mean, super proven, so we know one way or the other we're going to be okay there. You guys watched any Glow on Netflix?
I've seen first season and second season, so yes.
So yes. It's getting a spin-off comic book.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
Really?
I just saw this. There's this site I follow, uprocks.com.
It's just the name.
Just a site, yeah.
Okay.
They do a lot of magazine, music stuff, pop culture stuff, but this is like a wrestling specific site that I follow.
Okay.
And they did it, and they got the exclusive release of the first 5 pages of the comic book.
Nice.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay. What'd you think?
It was fun. It was pretty cute. It was like a little romp story. So it was, they've been getting work to the bone, and all of a sudden there's a gap on the weekend in their schedule. So they're just figuring out what they're going to do with their, 1 weekend off during the whole Glow series.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. If you want to read it, you can go online and read it.
Oh,
I'm not going to go and spoil and get into the whole thing, but I really genuinely enjoy the shit out of that series.
dude, I think it's a great
Um,
show. Who did you say the publishing company?
It's
for Chase?
IDW Publishing.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure who that is. The writer, I'm not quite sure who it is. Animation style, it's almost got kind of like a manga vibe to it, more sort of anime vibe. It's really well done. I like it. It's not like overly cartoonish or childish. It's yeah. If you liked it and you're jonesing for some more glow, I suppose give that a shot.
Check it out.
What's up, Paula?
Brie Larson? No, not Brie Larson. Alison Brie.
Yeah.
Alison Brie.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty.
She's pretty good in it, man.
It's pretty great. Everyone's great in that show, man.
It's a really good
I'm trying to
cat.
remember the name of Liberty Bell. She's fantastic.
Oh, I can never remember what her name is, but Mark Maron's
Mark
great in it, man.
Maron's fantastic.
So yeah, that one I definitely recommend. Moving on, you guys have been talking a lot about Umbrella Academy.
Yep.
Already got a season 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like no one's surprised. I really need to get on that, man. I've had a few other people recommend that to me.
Dude, it's a great show, man, and it's really not a focus on the powers of the show. It's really secondary to the story and the relationship that these siblings have with each other, and they're all adopted. And I guess I don't know if are you familiar with any
No.
of it at all?
No.
So, and this is not a spoiler, but they were all born on the same day with a very special circumstance. That's about all I'll say so far.
Interesting.
It's their kind of binding piece of life, and I think it's pretty good, man. It's
Very
good.
character driven. I
Very
think
character
the creator of it, Gerard.
Gerard Way.
Yeah, I think he said it best when he was just like, think about the story as you're seeing a hero on their day off. What they do in the meantime when they're not saving people and shit. They go through the same shit. Everyone has a shitty life sometimes, you know?
Interesting.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's pretty great, dude.
Yeah. Okay. I'll super have to get into that then.
You should.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
And the other, I guess, last bit of news isn't really that much news, but it seems kind of intriguing to me. There were a whole bunch of companies fighting for the rights to a movie called Brothers, and it's officially been helmed. And I actually forgot. I think it was Warner Brothers that picked it up, but it's a comedy written by Ethan Cohen, Etan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but you guys probably recognize that name because he wrote Tropic Thunder, Men in Black 3, Idiocracy, Get Hard, but also Holmes and Watson.
So a couple positives and not a lot of wins. Okay.
It's supposed to have kind of a twins vibe, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Danny DeVito.
back in the day,
Show.
starring Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage.
I'm already in. Okay.
That's what did it for me
Yeah.
right there. Okay, it's those two because I fucking love Josh Brolin. So just announced, I don't know if they have like a director attached or any other script or anything like that, but that might be something to look forward to because I know in our remakes, I think I brought up Twins briefly. It's like one of the Arnold.
Oh,
and then
totally. Yeah.
It's funny. The next week they have something that's a similar vibe with that. So
Yeah. No,
see where it takes
I'm
us.
down. You love me some Dinklage and some Brolin. That's gonna be
Exactly, and they both have a great
fantastic.
sense of humor, especially Brolin. His is super underrated. That guy's got great comedic timing.
Oh, absolutely, man.
You guys got anything? I'm tired of hearing myself talk.
I love hearing you talk. Keep talking now.
It's
Or just start
badass.
moaning. 5 minutes.
Just breathe heavily
Oh,
with
yes.
your pants off.
That
Make
would
me
make
hear that oh.
that would make oh.
Oh, oh, whoa. Oh, oh, whoa.
Oreo, the white stuff.
Damn.
Oh, wrong track. Is that?
That was great.
Went full Weird Al on that one.
Oh, gosh.
You guys want a new ringtone? There you go.
There it is.
You're welcome.
Clip it out.
Oh man, I haven't finished this beer yet, but I suppose we should get close to drinking another one.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
Oh,
Sean,
shit,
yours,
sorry.
Jerry.
Whoa, man. Watch those hanging.
Watch those hands. Okay. You guys talk about something. I gotta go get a beer.
Get one.
Why is your beer so far away from you?
Yeah. That's your first problem.
It should be right next to you.
While he holds it. Might warm it up with his hands though.
He is
Maybe it's
warming it
French.
up with his hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's stroking it. He's stroking it for. He's just stroking it. Looks
This, ah, shit, I forgot cups. Keep going.
We've already lost control.
Ah,
This is like
yeah.
20 minutes into it.
Jeez.
We're doing it on a different day, you know. It's just
It's weird to do it on a Saturday, man. Everything's different. This is a follow-up to a beer we've had on previously.
Uh-huh.
So it was one Will brought us, but he ain't on this episode.
Nope.
Sorry, Will. This is from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. It is called King Sue, the Double India Pale Ale. Yeah. It is a dope label. It's got a T-Rex on it. I picked this one up of Tavor. It was pretty funny right after we did that episode where we had this Pseudo Sue on there. This one was on Tavor, so obviously I had to get it to follow up with. I remember genuinely liking that beer.
I think, I like the Toppling Goliath we had, because we had another beer from them that I'm trying
We
to
had two
recall.
of them. It was the Pseudo Sue, this one, and the Skull's Money Fire Skull, one, whatever, something of that variety.
Yep.
So they were all really good. Again, I got this off Tavor, so this was $11 for 2 cans.
Okay.
So not too bad because it's a pint, so that was actually a pretty good deal. I'm going to hand it over to Paula so he can read the whole Tavor description.
Who the fuck is Paula?
Some douchebag.
This is called.
That's not true.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
He's a nice
That
guy.
took me a second.
I think that's like the first time I've ever called you a douchebag.
We don't use words like douchebag.
That's true.
We like asshole a lot.
Right.
Dick Weasel.
Bitch sour.
Right.
Okay, so this is the King Sue. It's it's 7.8 ABV.
Damn.
Sorry, Vic keeps laughing, makes me laugh. I just like it's so contagious. And on Tavor it says today for the first time ever on Tavor, the king of Toppling Goliath is here, King Sue. It is number 4 American style IPA on BA, one of Thriller's 33 hottest IPAs in America. Even Business Insider Australia calls King Sue one of the top 25 beers. Get this, in the fucking world.
Damn.
In the fucking world.
That's a bold statement.
Now, it's crowned with Citra hops. This double IPA is gowned in vivid notes of lush mango and bright citrus. King Sue adorns an aroma of tropical fruit with hints of fresh pineapple, and the resinous finish holds the 7.8 ABV on a hoppy pedestal. In the world.
In the world.
Dude, well, let me read these Untapped stats because it's probably one of the highest ratings I've seen on Untapped. It's sitting, so 7.8% alcohol by volume. It has 100 IBUs. Average rating of 4.48, derived from 40,000 ratings.
What?
Has out of a total of 86,151 ratings. So
That's intense, yo.
1,700 check-ins this month. It's the second.
This is a
March.
popular ass beer. Holy crap.
So, there is a T-Rex on the label, as you can see. And if you guys can't see that, you will see that if you do look it up. What dinosaur would you want to be?
Dinosaur?
Yes. Or have as a pet, perhaps.
Oh, those are two totally different
I know,
things.
right? Yeah. How about B?
If it were
As a
to
pet?
be,
No.
because
Who
I'm
do you want to
always
be as a dinosaur?
Oh.
so, I've always been a big fan of like a nice Stegosaurus or Triceratops because they're big and beefy enough to not have any like real predators, other than anything short of say like a T-Rex, and even then, most they just don't fuck with them. You can just kind of be fat and happy and roam around. And I'd be because a T-Rex that seems like a lot of work. I don't want to like carnivore dinosaur. That's too aggressive. I don't have that sort of energy. Maybe
Yeah,
as a
right.
dinosaur I would, but as like a person I'm like, nah, it's
Yeah.
too much work. I'd just rather go to the grocery store than hunt my food.
Fair enough.
What about you, Pete?
Can I choose Mecha Godzilla?
Mecha Godzilla.
That would not be.
No.
So, yeah.
Nothing from Power Rangers at all?
No.
Well, there's means OG Power
That's
Rangers.
true.
There's a few on there.
Because those things are sentient.
Well, I mean, let's not go with like a.
Or not like a Zord.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Yeah,
Oh,
Power Rangers, Zord.
I think we just have to go with like a classic dinosaur.
I've always been fond of long necks.
Like
Like a brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Brontosaurus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think they're very beautiful animals, and it's just again one of those things like you're big enough, you know, a lot of things won't fuck with you, but at the same time, just like eat some trees. That's what they ate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they have what the
Those
tree
boys.
star or whatever it was, which was the bestest.
And then in that movie with the baby long neck, what was that movie? Was it Dinosaurs?
Land Before
Land
Time.
Before Time. Thank you.
Sure.
The show was called Dinosaurs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Yes.
show was that weird kind of live action animatronic where they pushed over the
Mhm.
trees. And then of course you had We're Back, the other dinosaur animated movie, when they went into the future.
Oh,
and
yeah,
doing
yeah.
Yes, they
It was on
did.
Netflix for
Oh, weird, yeah.
I fucking loved dinosaurs as a kid. They're one of my favorite things, so I'm super excited about this beer. I haven't even drank it. Paul already did. What you think, Paul?
It is definitely a hazy IPA.
Oh my god, dude, and that smells dank! Dude, I smell like I just opened like, what I would imagine a bag of wheat might smell. Like a
Oh,
real danky, citrusy.
This is goodness gracious. This is an explosion of smell in your mouth, man. It can only be described as like danky. You get that pineapple, that
Oh
tropical,
my god, that is good.
that pineapple express winds taking it in, man.
whew. You definitely get the haziness of it. Obviously, when you see it as well.
Obvi, yeah.
Oh, it's hazy as fuck, dude, but holy shit, if you were, like, I get it. I don't. One, this beer is outrageously well priced. Because even on Tavour, which is a specialty site, and you're usually going to pay more than that, this still comes to only $5.50 a can.
$5.50.
So my guess is if we were to get it locally, it might only be $4.50, $4, $3, something like that. And obviously, it's a specialty, well sought after beer. I like that 4 or 5 rating, man.
Dude, it's high.
It
I
is.
like it.
It's sweet.
I like it.
In all the right ways. It does. It definitely has the juiciness to it. I get a little mango, little orange, little dinosaur gum.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry you know what that is.
I'm kind of
Tastes like-
curious about how he knows because
Also,
they are
yeah,
extinct.
dinosaurs are extinct as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found some in some sap. Petrified. I don't know.
Fucking digging, and then I just.
You know what? I heated
You
it
guys
up.
didn't know I was an archaeologist?
Decided to make a tea out of it, and took a big old gulp.
After all this time, still salty.
Still salty.
We're just now hearing about
It's
this.
amazing.
When did you find this?
Yeah, that's kind of glorious, man.
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me. You
Yes,
it's
we
redacted.
found
It's
it
been-
on the flattest part of Earth.
It's been redacted.
Ah,
Of course. Of course. Jesus.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Okay, so let's get back to this beer. This beer, it says on the can that it's a luscious hazy double IPA.
Lucius.
I feel like luscious is the perfect word to describe this beer.
Oh, it's decadent. It's
It
luscious.
really is. I don't know if it can get much better than that. Let's rate it though.
Let's do it.
I love pineapple. Pineapple in all the best ways.
Yeah.
4.0.
4.0.
Mhm.
Awesome. Dang, nice.
I'm gonna head up onto a 4.25.
4.25.
Yeah, I think it's well rated.
What was its overall again?
4.48.
Oh, so we lowering it. You're gonna have to humble yourself, but not too much because I legitimately give this a 4 or 5. I'm in love with this beer.
Look at that.
So,
It's a
like,
great
this
beer.
is absolutely phenomenal. This is one of the better beers we've had. I did like all the other things we had from Toppling Goliath,
Mhm.
but I think from what I remember, I like this more.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
There's a complexity to this beer, right? When you start drinking it, and then after the minute you're not drinking it, you're still tasting it in different notes.
Which is interesting because it's not true of most hazies. The hazies have a pretty fundamental profile. This this builds. It's nice.
I love the color too.
It's
Nice,
golden.
light golden.
Very kingly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
regal.
Regal.
So well done, Toppling Goliath.
Yeah.
Where are these guys based out of?
Oh, good
I don't think we
question.
said where Mazama was based out of either. We usually throw a shout out to where they're from.
Mazama's
so-
based out of Oregon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you guys say that?
No.
You just know that.
We,
Okay.
yeah. Because we know that stuff.
Yeah, which makes sense. Well, we've had a fair amount of Mazama on here though, and a lot of the beer we get is Pacific Northwest beer. So
We're here.
it's like
Yeah.
when in doubt, where did it come from? Probably Oregon. This is from Decorah,
Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah.
I hesitated for a second. I wasn't sure the
Oh.
IA. I was like,
Yeah, I'm literally on their
look at
website.
that.
I'm on their website and I saw I went down. I was like, oh, okay, cool, gotcha.
Iowa, huh? Not a state I would think would have great beer.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I think this may be the only beer I've had from Iowa, so
Mhm.
but I mean, good first impression.
Yeah, yeah. Well done. They're
Mhm.
kicking ass.
So I suppose we should move on to our main topic. Huh? What do you think of the Voodoo Ranger after drinking this one, Vic? I just saw that face.
Yeah, it's pale in comparison to this beer. I don't know why. Like, I just saw my bottle here as my sipper. I had this Voodoo Ranger I paid from New Belgium, and I was like, oh yeah. Just out of habit, I drank it, and I was like, oh no.
That is definitely different.
Yeah,
I was
this is not
expecting
the
something so much more luscious.
But it was already to my lips, so I had to keep going with it. So yeah, it's yeah, I'd probably a lot different. I much prefer the King Su, but I can't always get the King Su, so that's where I'm at.
Right, exactly. Because Will got it in Washington, right? Because I don't think I've ever seen Toppling Goliath
Nope.
in Boise.
No, for some reason we are just really outside the distribution realm of basically
We're
all
not a
things.
hub. You
Nope,
got to go out of your way to get here.
You do.
So, but we're worth the drive.
we are.
So just know that.
Yeah.
Paula, what's our main topic?
As a people, as a town.
It's-
As for Brewnomics, just give us beer for Brewnomics, if anything.
P.O. Box us.
Brewnomics, yes. Our main topic is movie mistakes. Now, this was suggested by a fan of ours, a follower of ours, and a friend of ours, Daniel Glass. I think on his IG and Facebook and Twitter is Glass_Daniel. I believe. And he did suggest, actually yesterday, that he wanted us to talk about just movie mistakes that we like or that we just kind of kept with, you know?
Mhm.
Honestly, this isn't a big thing of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I always like seeing little production errors that kind of slips through, and then I always wonder, did it slip through, or did they catch it and just go, "Fuck it, we're not doing a reshoot"? Was it difficulty in editing? I don't know. I do kind of find these things strangely fascinating.
I mean, they are. It's just a slip through that happened during the editing process. You're like, oh, looks like they messed up. But yeah.
Well, and you never know because each case can be different.
Mhm.
But then there are other cases that are so blatantly like, how the fuck does that even happen?
Right.
Which, and we'll have a few of those scenes, I'm sure. But some of us you'll know. I know there's a lot on here we didn't talk about because either we didn't want to, or maybe we forgot about it, or didn't see it, or ran out of time. So if there's one you like, share it with us. Oh my God! Excuse me.
Whoa.
Whoa! Blame that on the King Sue.
Yikes. The King Su does not apologize.
Oh no! Why would I? You don't apologize for greatness. Paula.
I actually had to research this just because there wasn't really a lot that I could remember. One of the main ones that I found was from Pirates of the Caribbean, like just a shit ton.
That one pops up on every list.
Mm-hmm. Video-wise or article-wise, Pirates of the Caribbean would just fucking pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one I'm talking about is from the Curse of the Black Pearl, and in this particular movie, according to MovieMistakes.com, which is a fucking website.
That's an actual website. That's amazing.
There are 391 mistakes on this particular movie.
No doubt.
Either be continuity or just someone in the background.
What?
Or yeah, just there's a shit ton of things in this movie that's wrong. I think one you would probably find on the internet, because this is one that we saw a lot, was there was a guy in the background, in a particular scene with Jack Sparrow, and it's a particular crew member in a cowboy hat and like a white tank top, just hanging out, looking at the fucking
General
ocean.
Haynes, Fruit of the Loom white T-shirt.
You never heard action, yeah, and then no one caught that in fucking editing.
Draw a cowboy hat.
Now, what I found after looking into this was that there's like this kind of conspiracy theory with a particular scene with the Curse of the Black Pearl where you see Jack Sparrow, and with this red headband, you can blatantly see a tag that says Adidas. So I looked more into that, and it's like people are like, "Is that real? It's not real." A lot of people are saying it's real, and half the people are saying it's not real.
See, I've seen a few things. That's funny because there's another one I think in Thor Ragnarok where people say on like Thor's shoulder there's a big Nike, there's like a little Nike symbol on it where you can see like his Nike undershirt with that. And there's another movie similar, I can't remember, like a similar superhero one where part of the fabric you could tell was like a Under Armour or something like that.
Sounds like
So
more to that.
yeah,
shit, then.
absolutely. So, but the Thor one, yeah, that's another one where they claim it's like his right shoulder, like a red patch that says Nike on it.
Some subtle fucking advertising.
Right?
Now, I did find too with this particular movie, Curse of the Black Pearl. I saw that a lot of mistakes were found within the VHS version. Well, we're taken out during DVD, obviously.
Mhm.
So if you have that fucking tape,
Dude, it's amazing how there are a lot of them that you'll see that'll be either on the VHS or maybe you'll only find like a bootleg theatrical one. Like here's one in Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, the first Lord of the Rings, when Frodo and Sam are leaving the Shire. In the background, by kind of what looks like the corn stalks, you can see a car roll up and stop that is smoking like a motherfucker. That looks like it just blew its engine. So it was in the movie and it got circulated all over and you can see it in bootlegs, but as soon as it went to the DVD release, they recognized it and pulled it. So you can only see it if you find like, you know, a bootleg copy of it. Essentially.
so some fucker just found himself on a fucking movie set.
Right? Some poor dude in New Zealand didn't realize they were filming or something.
My
Just
car's broken.
right through there. It's fucking engine. I don't know what it was. It's
bizarre, man.
That's one, but you won't see it in any modern version of the movie.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember back in almost a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago at this point, I binge watched the entire Lord of the Rings series.
Yeah,
The extended cuts.
The extended cuts.
Took me a solid 3 days to get through that. It
Because
was-
when it's it's a long movie. When on a Blu-ray, you still need 2 discs per movie.
Yeah. I remember switching discs. I was like, this is absurd.
Blu-ray, man.
Blu-ray, that holds 50 gigs of data. It's absurd. But yeah, I didn't see it on there. And I was like, huh, bizarre.
Well, it's
All right.
funny enough. It was just that with Vic, this is like the only time when Jerry and I we gave him so much shit, and he didn't. He wouldn't give a shit like any other movie. But like we're like, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's true.
Our friendship isn't complete.
Well, exactly, and it's like we cannot officially start a pop culture podcast if you haven't seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
True. And here's the thing, though. Like, and this is what changed my mind. It wasn't like not watching that, but it was being pop culture literate. And it added to my pop culture literacy just by watching the series.
To like a level that you
To a
weren't aware,
level.
right? It's
Yeah.
amazing.
And even if I didn't really care for it, didn't really know about it, didn't really want to see it, it's important that you watch these things that are popular because it's a part of the cultural conversation that's happening at the time that you're living in. And I think it's important, which is a lot of the reason why this podcast exists. at the moment.
Exactly. But Lord of the Rings, I think, much like there are very few trilogies that changed film and storytelling.
Agreed.
Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I can't think of another. Maybe there are some,
I-
but
I-
to the
I'm gonna-
degree that they did,
I would say the first Matrix, that changed movies and storytelling as
the
a
movie,
whole.
the first movie did.
The first
As
movie.
a trilogy, I don't know.
No.
But the first made absolutely
But the first one,
1,000%.
yeah.
1,000%. I would agree
Like,
with you on that one.
It's funny, on Amazon, check it out. There's a documentary on Keanu Reeves, and it's awesome. It's like 50 minutes. Just help yourself out. I fucking
15
love
or 50?
it. 50. It's-
50.
Yeah, it's a documentary about Keanu Reeves and just his life, and I think it's incredibly interesting just because I love Keanu Reeves. It's Keanu.
If you don't love Keanu Reeves, you don't pay attention to Keanu
And-
Reeves.
And it highlights, of course, the movie The Matrix, which is his really breakout film role, and that, like, the amount that movie changed history. It changed the way movies were being told, the way that visual storytelling happened. It's incredible. So yeah, The Matrix is the only other movie I can put in that category with Lord of the Rings.
Well, and the one thing and about The Matrix above anything where it really wins, I don't think there's ever been anything that's happened in film, in the history of film, as far as a scene that was stolen and copied and duplicated and attempted as much as bullet time.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So that, I mean, there are a lot of things about it, but you're right, The Matrix is definitely like an iconic fucking movie in a lot of ways, but definitely, I will appreciate the shit out of that. But as a trilogy,
No.
doesn't even touch Lord of the Rings or
Nope.
Star Wars.
Agreed.
But the
agreed.
first movie,
First movie.
yeah, will
Yeah.
go toe to toe with any of them.
Show.
Excuse me. All right. Well, let's take a quick break in between the movies, mistakes at least, to drink another beer.
Let's do it.
Unless you guys need a break. I'm good to
fine.
power through though.
Cool.
Um,
I have an adult diaper on.
got a colostomy bag.
Wearing tight pants.
So this is our I Tap That One, picked up by our good man Vic. This is a brewery, pretty fun brewery, Mad Swede. If you're in Boise, they are off of Victory and Cole. I think Tuesdays and Thursday night, or they got a lot of cool events. I can't remember exactly which weeks, but they'll do trivia night and it's pretty fun, and they'll do open mic. We've gone there a few times, some pretty great stand-up. So definitely give those guys a
Yeah.
look if you're in Boise.
Hell yeah, dude. The owners are too. They were just some of the nicest fucking people.
So I just had a hiccup attack, but
Saw that.
Yeah, Natsweet's a brewery based off sort of Norwegian brewing, Norse mythology kind
a
of
lot
deal,
of cool
so-
Viking themes.
lot
Like
of cool
in
stuff
the
happening.
one of the walls in the brewery is just this giant painted Viking mural, but then a lot of the beards and stuff you'll see it looks like hops and stuff. So they got some dope looks. I like it. This is the Freya's.
Yeah.
Pale Ale.
Freya's Pale Ale Exertion. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about it.
So Freya's Pale Ale Exertion, I'm buying time here because
That was an
it's kind of
interesting
a lame
smell of
ass.
the beer.
It I don't know. Sorry. I got locked into my Matrix talk there, and I didn't really think about anything else here for a minute.
I do love the name of this beer.
Freya's Pale Ale?
From Exertion, yes.
Nice. That's wow. way to
Right,
play.
Freya's. That's exactly. Great play on words. And I love Freya because Freya, if you guys have played the new God of War video game, she's in it.
She is in it.
She's badass.
Now, explain the smell to me, because I can't quite pinpoint like how to describe it.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm trying to do the same thing. Like, for some reason, it's one of those ones. Every now and then, I'll smell a beer, and it'll make me think of pizza Pringles. I'm kind of getting that from this one.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, dude, but it's a real thing.
Pringles. This is it's just your
Pizza Pringles,
pizza Pringles. Okay.
specifically.
Wow, that's interesting.
Definitely don't taste that, and I don't think it does. I think it's a weird part of my biochemistry where it just converts smells to pizza Pringles.
You might want to check into that. Yeah, that's,
No, I don't mind it.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, from tasting it, just from smelling it beforehand and tasting it, I get two different experiences. One I did not expect at
Totally.
all.
Extrapolate because I agree with you.
Well, usually, you get a fruit beer or an IPA. Usually, when you smell it, you kind of expect the way it would taste. And with this particular beer, it does not taste the way it smells, in my opinion.
Mm.
It's not a dankiness at
Dude,
all.
not
It's-
even close. Like to me, and it's smell wise, it almost not that it's bad, but it smells aggressive. It tastes
Yes.
smooth AF.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is a lot different.
So yeah, the aromatic profile and the taste profile wildly different.
So sorry. While you guys were chatting, I did a quick bit of research, and so Matt Swede has this to say about it. It says the Norse goddess Freya is associated with love and more. She rides a chariot pulled by two cats, has a boar named, and sorry, I'm going to butcher this, Hildsvini, and takes no shit from anyone. The fresh hop pale ale contains complex notes of citrus, pineapple, mango, and melon with Maris Otter malt and balance the many sides of Freya's personality. Interesting.
And then talked about the way we just mentioned how it smells and how it tastes.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
a perfect description to go
Right.
back on that.
Yeah, so
God
this
damn it, you good at what you do, Matt Sweet.
they kicking ass. So Untapped has this at 5.5% alcohol by volume, 45 IBUs. It has an average rating of 3.59 from 486 ratings, and it was added about 3 years ago on October 16th. 2016, sorry, I was taking.
Okay, so, okay. Well, that's because they're a relatively,
New brewery.
Yeah. absolutely.
It's
So-
hard to think that they created this beer that long ago.
It really is.
Man, we used to live up the street from that place. Silly. All
I
right.
know, right? This is a beer I think I would recommend to people. They'd be like, listen, don't be afraid of it. Right when you get it, if you do smell it, just fucking give it a chance.
Give it a chance.
And I
Man.
think it will surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, that Citra mango sort of situation is pretty intriguing. From a pale though, I'm not getting that sort of buttery crispiness, that cracker sort of sense.
And I kind of am. Like
Alright.
a little bit of the aftertaste, yeah.
Oh, maybe my nose. My nose is all silly right now, so that could be.
I don't know what it smells like.
No.
That's the thing. I'm and I am a little stuffy. Okay, I will say that.
I'm not stuffy, and I don't know what that smells
But
like.
it's gentle. I get a little malt smell to it, but I can't like pinpoint anything with it.
I would almost say it's like has a spicy nature with zero spice. I don't know how else to describe it because I am struggling as it is a very unique sense of smell and taste.
And then, for me at least, after a couple sips of it, I get that malt right on the back of my throat. Just right on the back, which is actually kind of pleasing
It is
after
pleasing.
drinking.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Mm-hmm.
If we are talking about tapping this beverage, I am all in. I would definitely tap this beverage at 5.5% alcohol by volume with a taste profile of mango and pineapple hops, smooth with a very unique vibe. Yeah, I'd tap it.
What would you rate it?
I would rate it at a 3.75. I paid about $5 for this bomber.
That was funny enough going to be my next question. What's the ABV on this again?
5.5%.
5.5%.
Oh,
Okay.
this is an all-day drinker for me.
All
dude.
day drinker. Friggin' all day. Because it is smooth AF. It's a little lingering because it's a little malty, but overall I do enjoy it. And it is a well-rounded one. I could see this going with whatever, if you want to eat it, some steak, a fish, a burger, whatever, it's going to go great with it. If you just want to drink a beer, yeah, I would give this a 3.75, and I would also tap it.
Nice.
Funny enough, I was thinking the same thing as well, 3.75. And I tapped that. Ooh.
All right, well
Let's get the
done.
keg going.
Like
Well
I said,
done,
it smells a
Matt.
little strange, but that's all right. That's not it's not bad, but it's weird how I can't quite place it.
And I think it's a beer that can get people into craft beer.
For
I
sure,
agree, yeah.
for sure. Like because there's, it's not simple, it's not complex. You know, there's enough going on, but it's definitely not offensive.
Yeah.
On there, no matter, I can't really see anybody drinking this and be like, oh, I don't like it.
Right.
Like worst case, you'd be like, yeah, you can drink that.
Drink it.
Exactly. You know, you're not gonna pour it out or anything.
No, yeah.
Hopefully you want it,
Well,
yeah.
and it's good to have that list of beers on your list, like as we are like craft beer drinkers, to say like, you know what? Instead of grabbing that Miller, that Coors, that Bud Light, that Budweiser, try this on. You might like it.
Damn, that sounds like a rap lyric for some reason.
Lil Vic.
Little
Lil
Vic.
Vic.
BDV.
With the big old dick.
I don't mean for it to happen. It's just my culture. I'm sorry.
Well, cool. Good job. As always, no surprise that Matt Sweet made a great beer with. Oh, and they got the independent craft label sale on there.
They
Too.
do.
Because they awesome.
So does Mazama. Toppling Goliath does not. Doesn't mean they're not. It just means they don't have it on there.
Come on, TG.
Come on, TG. Pick it up.
Well, let's get back to our mistakes then. Will, I just saw a text from him that says his only mistake that he can think of, which is one of the most iconic movie mistakes in history. Let's go back to Star Wars, the Stormtrooper bump. When he
Oh,
bumps
totally.
his head on there, that not only that, when, they did the, I guess, VHS or re-release or whatever, George Lucas even threw in a bonk sound effect with it, so.
You embraced
yeah.
it.
So because I saw that text. Well, I looked it up. So that happened in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Oh, yeah, that's the first one.
So George Lucas even later tried to reference the bump in 2002 Star Wars 2, Attack of the Clones, by having Jango Fett bump his head. George Lucas implied that the later Stormtrooper is a clone of Jango's, and that all Stormtroopers have inherited a propensity to bumping heads. So not only did he see the mistake, he made it happen larger.
Like a genetic piece of
yeah.
canon. That's
Super
amazing.
nuts, man.
That
Super
is so
nuts.
cool, dude. I love. See, that's why you should listen to Brunomics right there. You're gonna learn something.
It's gonna blow your mind.
You're gonna learn something. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna hear talk about some dicks.
You might need to change your socks. Check it though. You never know.
Change your socks.
Wow,
Wear a belt.
I love that. That's super cool. Autoerotic asphyxiation.
David Carradine? What are we
Yeah.
talking about?
You go to belts and that's I start.
It's amazing. So when you put your belt on in the morning, you think
It's
of
usually
David
around my
Carradine.
neck while I'm jerking.
Oh, okay. Dude, why are you telling me? You need a spotter.
That wasn't unique.
That was Carradine's mistake. You know that's not okay.
Oh, if I don't come back for the weekend, you guys know why.
He has a bell or something. You know.
You need a spotter,
If
man.
you're gonna do that, be
You
safe.
need like a life alert.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I do. I was gonna say I eat Tide Pods.
Oh, we've experienced a breakdown, and it's fantastic. But this is just a safety report to everybody out there. If you're gonna do autoerotic asphyxiation, more power to you. But get a spotter.
Get a spot.
Anything like that. If you feel like being choked, make sure the person knows not to choke you too much.
Have a safe word.
You
Have a safe
exactly.
word.
You do you, but ultimately the number one rule: safety first.
Hey, safety first. Brunomics cares. You should care.
Do whatever you're into. Just be
We've
safe.
gone so downhill.
Oh god, it's fantastic. Next one.
Next one.
All right. Paul, you got anything else?
Movie wise?
Sure.
Aw, man. No.
What about you, Vic?
As we were watching some more research today, there's another one that sort of struck my eye. In the movie Teen Wolf, there's an extra who has to fix her fly for about 5 seconds.
Another infamous scene.
At the end of the movie, you just see somebody with their pants like
Fly undid.
fly undid, basically. And she tries to cover. We find out later that it's a woman. Looks sort of like a man, but you know.
Well, because for the longest time before the internet and everybody had, a copy of the movie, everybody was like, oh, there's that scene where someone pulls out their dick at the end of the basketball game, which kind of circulated around and became an urban legend. And then when somebody was, able to snip the scene and pull it up, no, you could tell it was a lady, you could tell by the frame, and she was quite embarrassed.
Quite embarrassed.
And nobody was trying to expose their genitals.
In fact, she tried to use her jacket to cover it up at the end, and like, oh shit, yeah.
So it's one of those infamous those things that came so infamous, and you finally see the scene, and you're like, come on,
Come on.
come on, guys,
Come on.
come on.
Come on. That's one of the things if I would love to be a part of and then tell my fucking grandkids, my great grandkids about. You see this? You see that scene?
See
That's
that?
me.
You
That's
see
me. That's
that?
my underwear.
This is Granny's undies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's almost my dick.
That's
Almost
a
dick.
lady dick.
Almost my lady dick. Goddamn. All right, Jerry, you got anything? How you doing, buddy?
Let's talk about The Dark Knight Rises.
Let's
okay.
talk about it.
There's not one but two scenes. Okay, not one but two.
Hit me with a double deuce.
Double deuce, doozle, bros. I don't know what happened with the stunt team on this one, But first there's that scene between Batman and Catwoman where they're fighting together on the top of the parking garage. And there's a stunt guy about 8 feet away from the action that just looks like he gets phantom knocked out.
Really?
Just flies back, nobody touches him or anything. He's again about 8 feet away from either Batman or Catwoman. Stunt. And then there's that next one when he's down in the canal that goes into the tunnel where all the cops are blocked off in, and he's again fisticuffs and some henchmen. Then when it's just Batman, there's another henchman in it. Same fucking thing. About 4 or 5 feet away from him, not next to the action, like he's running towards Batman and just gets phantom knocked back. It's, wow! So I don't know what it is about The Dark Knight Rises. 2 separate scenes of just phantom knockbacks.
Just weird choreography.
Weird,
yeah.
like some stuntmen twice super missed their mark.
I
Right.
don't know. I think the best way to describe that and justify that is that he's Batman.
He's Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman.
Right? What they would have done, should have just thrown in there was make it look like some rogue batarang just came and hit him like he threw it at some point and it ricocheted back and
It came around.
him because Batman, that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I
Like,
can totally
at
see
least
that.
if you saw it in post, but it blows my mind that fucking twice in the same movie that shit happens.
That's pretty crazy. All right. Pretty silly.
Especially with Nolan.
Yeah. Like how?
Yeah, that's
How
what
did
really
that
gets me.
pass?
It's fucking Christopher Nolan, yo. He's one of the best filmmakers of all time. Twice in one movie.
Twice.
Should we mention Daniel's original?
Absolutely.
Please.
My phone's over there.
Oh, because he sent us the message. Yeah,
Yeah, he's the one that like inspired this in particular episode.
You inspire so much, Daniel. Oh my God, what is happening on
Yeah,
that
Daniel,
screen?
are you not watching? Because more than likely you're probably not
Call it.
watching.
Somebody's
Call
reading a paragraph.
Will you get up there and see what that
Suppose.
says? Holy shit.
We have interaction.
Booty butt cheeks. Booty butt cheeks.
Booty. So while he's looking that up, there's another one that I'm looking at right
Oh,
now.
I think it's Daniel just going off.
It says The Boy Who Won't Stop. This is from Back to the Future 3, and that was just a silly movie as a whole.
It is
but
Daniel going on.
It says the boy who won't stop signaling toward his crotch. So at the end of the movie,
Oh yeah.
so at the end of the movie when James fucking he's the DeLorean gets destroyed on the tracks, immediately another train comes in with Doc Brown that he's created, and he just comes in and he has his sons and he has Clara on there, and the son, the character's name is Vern Brown. He's played by Daniel Evans, and much of the speculation has taken place that Evans is doing this in the scene, but the consensus seems that he just had to go to the bathroom, and he's having his hands like signaling towards his crotch, like, "Come to my penis."
Which is
Come
weird
to
because he's
my
like
penis.
8 or something.
He's
It
super
looks
young.
like
He's like
it's
8.
unsettling.
It's
I
gross.
don't know why.
man.
Like,
It's a
it
weird
is
one.
very weird.
That's a silly one. Anyway, what happened with
Oh, Daniel was just saying hi.
Oh,
He
hi.
was, but mostly the one he did, he said the original message was you guys should have a session on mistakes in movies, like when there was an airplane flying in the background of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think there was a similar scene in Troy with Brad Pitt also.
There were also people with sunglasses on,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a cameraman in the stadium, I believe,
Really?
in Gladiator.
Interesting. In Gladiator, and then the other big one in Gladiator, when they were doing the chariot races, there's that one chariot that gets tipped over, and the back of it, you can see like the cloth flips up, which is clearly exposing a giant CO2 canister that they used to knock
To
the
knock it, yeah.
thing over. So it's pretty funny to
Good
see in
God.
that one also.
Silly, yeah.
And I think in Lord of the Rings, it might have been, was it Ian McKellen? Somebody's just wearing like a, normal Timex watch on their wrist.
Yeah, they don't have
Lord of the
Timex
Rings.
back in those days. Mm.
So there's some pretty funny ones. Another one of my favorite ones is American Pie, the original one.
Okay.
When it's Tara Reid and whoever her boyfriend is, I can't remember. But they're fooling around in the room. He's about to jizz and he jizzes in the cup. And then the next it's Sean William Scott and some girl that he brings up. And it's like a clear cup of beer. And then he hands her the cup. It's clear. It cuts to him, cuts back to her. It's blue. Cuts to him, cuts back to her. It's clear again. So this cum cup changes color several times.
It's a huge continuity error.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
that's
Cum Cup changes color, continuity error.
alliteration aside, sorry.
But it's one of those things to
Throwing
me that
down.
this is another one that blows my mind because why don't you just have a stack of clear or a stack of blue cups?
No. It also blows my mind because it is a specific person's job to maintain the continuity of the scene.
I mean, we're not talking
So-
about a blue solo cup or a red solo cup. We're talking they originally used a clear cup so you could clearly see the cum in the Bud Light.
Sure. Yeah.
That's I'm like gagging while I say all of that, just revisualizing the scene of the Bob and jizz in the Bud Light.
I'm thinking in more personal experience. Like, I don't know if I would come in a cup,
Well, it's a stranger's bedroom. You got to come in something. It's the closest thing near you. You don't want to come on their bed sheets. That's just bad bedside manner, Paula.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a stranger's bedroom. If I'm already in that stranger's bedroom, I'm
Especially
okay.
in high school. Who gives a shit?
I'm gonna jizz on that fucking pillow and a cup.
On a pillow. Oh,
Oh,
goodness
no.
gracious.
Yeah, so that's one of the funny ones to me. Again, that's one of those blatant ones, but not as blatant. Here's the one, and then I think I don't know if I'm quite done with this. We'll see where our time's at. Die Hard 2. There's a scene when they're in a hotel lobby. There are 3 thugs waiting for like a handoff, where it's going to be a briefcase handoff. 2 white guys and a black guy, right?
Okay.
The black guy, the briefcase gets dropped in front of him. The black guy leans down to pick it up. They cut to a scene of the hand grabbing the briefcase, and it is the whitest hand you've ever seen in your entire life. Cuts back up, and it's the black guy finishing to pick up the briefcase. So, dude, and this dude is black, and the hand is white. Like, they are as wildly different pigmentations as you can get. And it's one that when you just watch it, like, I remember being like, I don't know how old I was when Die Hard 2 came out. Young,
Yeah.
because that's an old movie.
Early 90s.
Exactly, early 90s. So I was probably 8 the first time I saw Die Hard 2. And just being like, wait a second. That's not this. One of these things are not like the other. Like, just your hand changed races.
It's that can happen. I can see that. Sometimes I look at one side of my hand, I'm like, oh, it's like a white person's hand, and then the other side, oh, it's a black person. It's weird. It's weird how that happens.
It's coming right off.
It's coming right out. See?
We're all the
No,
same
no,
color.
that's absurd. Yeah, like pay attention.
I'm color.
Yeah, nobody has melanin on the bottom of your hands. Pay attention to that.
It's weird, right? So yeah, that's to me one of the most, like, when I first thought of this list, or when Daniel suggested it, those were the first 2 things that popped in my head. The American Pie one, because clear to blue, like that cup change just makes no sense to me.
No.
And then again, this one, the darkest black guy you've seen in your life to the palest white guy hand. It's not even like a light-skinned black guy and a really tan white dude.
Yeah, it's
like-
just blatant wrongness. Ooh, oh, that sounds in my head now. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, look at that. I don't know. I think I can't. What else do I have for movie? Just one. I only have one more thing on my list, and that's Quantum of Solace, James Bond.
JB?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
It's just another that one. I can't remember exactly what's going on in the scene, but it's kind of a casual one where Daniel Craig's like sitting on a motorcycle or something, and they do a pan, and there's this background actor who looks like a janitor, and he looks like he's sweeping. The only problem is the tip of his broom's like a good foot off of the ground. It's not even trying. It's fucking not even close. It's like, are you sweeping? What?
They probably told him, like, do not touch the ground. You'll be putting dust on the up in the air.
set.
That's harder to edit out.
I mean, it is at least a foot off of it. It's
That's
not.
silly, man. Fucking silly.
It's made me laugh. That's another one because I don't think I saw Quantum of Solace in theaters. I think the only James Bond movie I've ever actually seen in theaters
It was with us.
is with you, and it was Skyfall.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so, and I'm pretty sure that's the only one.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to James Bond. It's just, I mean, obviously a lot of them happened before hard time, you know.
Yeah.
But the Brosnan ones I've never watched, but the Daniel Craig ones, which I do enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
that's just the only one I got out in theaters.
There you go.
You guys got anything else?
No, truly.
What about Falsely?
Falsa? Maybe. I'm here. There are a lot more. I mean, there's a couple of one. There's like cars in the background of Braveheart. There's
Yep.
that was a little silly one. What else is there? Yeah, like I mentioned, there's some people wearing sunglasses in the movie Gladiator. They're
Django Unchained.
Django.
That was one when
yeah.
sunglasses when they hadn't been invented in this country for another 50 years.
Yeah.
Or in this seen in this country for. So yeah, I'm really curious. I know we missed a lot, so let us know yours. Or don't. It's your life.
Your life.
But we'd like to know. We'd like people to talk to us.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much as we have for that bit. So let's move on and drink another beer.
Yeah, we'll finish the night off with a hopefully tasty. beverage.
Tasty beverage.
Right.
This is one we've had on a few times, and there are times where it's been good, and there are times where it's been maybe not the best. So let's see how this one goes.
Maybe not the best.
Another one Paula picked up. Crooked Stave Artisan Beer Project. St. Breda Citrus Saison, an artisan ale brewed with citrus, lemongrass, and coriander. We had another one of these guys. Again, a few of them. One of them, there was something, I think, homeboy Chris from the barber store gave it to us, right? Like the sage juniper something one. That was phenomenal, if I recall right.
I'm trying to remember. I can't. That was a good minute ago.
Okay.
Oh, the wild sage? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, the Colorado wild sage.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I do remember. That was a tasty beverage. Whew, that took a minute though.
But this is a Saison, so
What? Can you hit me with the name again? I'm sorry. I've been drinking.
let me just hand you the can
Okay.
because it is quite a mouthful.
Hello.
So what's the name, Dick?
The name?
Yeah, you asked. I handed you the can.
You did. So Crooked Stave Artisan Beer Project, St. Breda, Citrus Saison. Artisan ale brewed with citrus, lemongrass, and coriander. Coriander is a very interesting seasoning to me.
is.
Mostly because that's the seasoning you're gonna taste when you eat a hot dog. So,
Or drink chai tea.
which is interesting.
Weird, right?
Yeah, super crazy.
Which is also strange because I fucking love hot dogs.
I love hot
Like,
dogs.
and that's one thing I think that helps. One of the things that really creates this lifelong roommate partnerships that we've had, which in some states we would be common law if
Oh,
it
Jesus.
weren't for
You know,
You know.
Idaho laws.
Idaho laws, being
What they are.
interracial and both men. Idaho would not like that. But either way, one thing that really helps secure that bond is the love of a good wiener.
God, we love some good dicks, don't we?
Hey. I'm talking about hot dogs. I'm talking about wieners. I'm talking about
Wieners.
wieners.
Oh, okay,
Straight
my bad.
wieners.
I got a little forward there.
Oh, dude, goddamn, man. I need a hot dog at least once a week. No matter if it's a gas station, or if we go to Sonic, or, I just need a goddamn hot dog.
I just need a tubular piece of meat in my mouth.
Either between some buns or on a stick.
Just however you want to do it. I don't care. Give it to me.
All right. So on to this beer. Crooked Stave Artisan Project, St. Breda Citrus Saison. I really like it.
I really enjoy the aromatics to it.
It almost smells like candy.
It does. Again, another one, and I think it's the citrus lemongrass, like a really pleasing cleaning product, is what it smells like to me.
I can get that. I can see that.
Like,
I can see that.
like if you were to have like a Febreze that you really want to spray afterwards, you're just like, that's nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see that.
Like in all the right ways. That's
Mhm.
that's not in any way an insult to this beer. I think
Mm-hmm.
that I sincerely mean that as a compliment. I genuinely enjoy that super citrusy kind of smell.
It's the lemongrass coming through on the top. You just get that citrus with that just meaty piece of the grass note to it. Let's see here. This is so I pulled it up on Untappd. It says artisan ale brewed with citrus fermented in oak fodders. Batch 1 was brewed with Minola Tangelo. Has an estimated 25 ICU. And for those of you playing at home, that is the International Citrus Unit, which I didn't know had a unit to it.
I was gonna say I had no idea that was a thing.
I didn't either.
I
It does.
see you.
An International Citrus Unit.
Not intensive care.
No.
International citrus.
Yes, sir.
But still a unit.
Still a unit.
I know which unit I prefer.
Which one?
The international citrus.
Oh, okay.
Also yours.
I thought it was
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
say-
Also yours.
Yeah.
There's the dick joke.
Everybody gets 20.
Do we have an untapped rating on
Yes,
this?
I do. I have an average rating on Untappd from 3.95, derived from 7,000 ratings. It was
Okay.
added April 16th, 2013.
1,000 ratings. PK, you picked this one up, my man. Do you remember what you paid for it?
Yeah, this is two for like $5 as well.
Okay.
And
This I like 2 for $5 a lot more than the Mexican one.
yeah,
You get a lot more, and then that's not necessarily a disrespect to the Mexican one because it was tasty. There's a lot more going on in this one.
Yeah.
A lot more, and I guess a lot more artisan factor
This is
went
cool.
into it.
And it's classified as an American wild ale, and we've had wild ales before, and they mimic a Saisin in a lot of ways, but it's not quite a Saisin.
True. And yeah, but this is an interesting one, and I wonder. There's something about this Bretta to whatever that bacteria or that yeast is. Brettanomyces, however you say that.
Brettanomyces.
Is that Britannia? Okay.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Brettanomyces.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've noticed this crooked stave
Mhm.
likes to fucks with that.
And if I'm
And
not
they do it well too.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the one primarily used for sour beers. Yes, it is.
Well, maybe something. I don't know. But the sage one wasn't as sour either. It was a little bit more on the farmhouse style size and kind of like this one was.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fun one. But I've definitely noticed that with this crooked stave, they're about it.
Absolutely.
And I get it because they do it well.
Yeah.
So if you guys see this, I usually only see the crooked stave like if you're in the Boise area, Brewers Haven or a co-op. If you're not, you have to figure out where in your town has the best beer selection, because that's where you're gonna find it. Because this is one, it's not super common from what I've seen. Again, you have to go somewhere that's like, this is a craft beer destination to pick it up to get this, but if you do, pick this, something from this crooked stave up. I like them, man, they're fun.
Agreed.
This is a good beer. I like this beer a lot. And I love its tartness.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I want to recommend this beer a lot to people, just because I think a lot of people, they don't really want too much more tartness in their drink.
It's fizzy.
It is fizzy.
Totally fizz. Totally
Really
fizz.
fizzy. I like it, it's fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it really works
Dances.
well with more of a
I bet if you like LaCroix, you would really like this.
LaCroix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
I actually can't remember the last time I've had LaCroix.
Neither can I, but it just, to me, it has that fun seltzer fizz to it that I think a lot of people enjoy about seltzer, but it actually has some taste and some complexity about it.
I can understand that. I can get that. I think with how our palates have changed since we started our little cast, the complexities within this particular drink, it just allows more of us to enjoy it. We can just kind of taste the little hint notes of it. I give it a 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're about
I like
it,
it.
huh? Nice.
Digging it.
I dig it too. Remind me the Untapped rating, Vic. I'm sorry.
The Untapped has an average rating of
3.6.
3.6 apparently.
No shit. Oh.
Yeah, interesting.
Alright.
Yeah. For some reason I lost it on the screen. 3 point. No, wait, that's not right.
I was wrong.
You're right. Oh.
I was right. We're the best.
I think I'd give it a 3.5, maybe a 3.75. I'm right on the fence. I'm right in between those two.
Sure.
But either way, I like it. I'd absolutely drink it again.
Yeah, so actually it's got a higher rating. My apologies, I refound it again. My bad. It has an average rating of 3.95. So
Oh shit.
I would set this up at a 3.75 personally, myself.
I'll agree. Fuck it. 3.75. Why not? I
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
No.
It's something to talk about. It's a good price. Wait. What's the ABV on this?
It's 5.5.
All right. We'll stick with 3.75.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Okay. Yeah.
You all right there, champ? You just spill a little?
Yeah, no, I just once again, out of habit, took a drink out of my bottle, just like a baby. So there's that.
Trying to see if I can think of any last minute movie mistakes, but I think I pretty much.
You spent. Yeah,
I think
me
I'm pretty
too.
much spent on that one.
I know, right? What you do was just like, you might like to watch this. Full on episodes, full on, just like no censorship. And I'm just like, yeah, I do like watching this actually.
God damn it.
Wow.
And I've been binge watching that the entire weekend. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. All right.
Okay. I had to catch up on some wrestling because when I was out of town, I fell behind, so I had to catch up because it's just what I do.
What do you do?
But then almost done with The Punisher. I have one episode left.
Have you?
Season 2 of The
Oh,
Punisher.
Totally space. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta get. that.
So it's pretty good. I would definitely give it a watch, man. Again, John Bernthal, however the fuck
Bernthal.
you say his last name.
Oh, yeah.
Boy is born to play Frank Castle.
Agreed.
My God, he's good. I think that's it. Yeah, I almost went and watched How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Mm-hmm.
I still really want to, but I didn't quite make the time for it. But yeah, Punisher Season 2, give it a watch. 13 episodes, another one that I think should be 10.
Of course.
Or 12. Actually, on this one, maybe. I think there's been one episode I would cut out on it. Other than that, I kind of like the rest of it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Interesting. Yeah, I always think Netflix should really stick to about a 10 to 11 episode cut. That's why I think Umbrella Academy nailed it with a 10 episode.
Were they at the 10 mark? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
10 is a sweet spot.
It's a
I
good-
really think
It's a
so.
good position.
You have to be pretty special to get above that,
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
which can be kind of a challenge. Which to me, some of these CW comic book shows, I think that's maybe a little bit of their struggle is they'll have like fucking 22 episodes a season.
Mm-hmm.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it down a notch.
You're on Third Street.
Yeah, and usually about 10 episodes of that is kind of like, it's unnecessary.
And I get it. You got to do what you. And granted, it's the CW. What the fuck else are you gonna
Yeah.
watch if that's what you got? But
It's drama.
still.
Well, funny enough, the Umbrella Academy actually surpassed the Flash in fan and viewership.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would expect as much.
Well, like the Flash right now is like it was the most popular superhero TV show.
Really?
Yeah.
Already?
Yep, and that's the thing. Yeah. So it's been like 2.5,
Wow.
3 weeks, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Wow.
say a month. Holy shit, dude!
Mhm.
Is this the views on Netflix or just kind of
It's only on net. Yeah.
on Netflix?
Yeah.
But still, how long those and Arrow and other? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is this more than like? Are we even talking like Daredevil and Punisher and that sort of shit? Do we know?
Unclear?
From what I read, it didn't specify,
Huh.
but it did say that the Flash is a show that a lot more people watch.
I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes
The
sense.
Flash is the most overall friendly within kind of the CW
Yeah.
verse show. They do a really good job within that.
It's a good balance.
Mhm. Cool. All right. We appreciate it. Look forward to our March Madness tournament. That's what we're doing on Saturday. We got a lot of video to shoot for you guys tomorrow. Think you're really going to enjoy it. If not, God, that's gonna be a waste of time for
Yeah,
us.
that would suck.
So I hope you guys do. But please make sure you like us on all things social media at Broomnomics. Tell your friends. Buy your friend a beer. Tell them good, nice things about them. I don't know.
Yeah, let's be positive.
Be
Really.
positive. Compliment your friends.
Yeah.
Just buy them a beer.
Tell 'em they have a
There's no
nice
better
dick.
compliment than buying your friend a beer
Yeah.
and saying they have a nice dick.
Well manicured balls. Nice hair today. Good jacket.
You
I
get the
don't know.
gist.
You get it. Make it up. You do you.
Until next time, I've been Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I am Vic.
Cheers.
Cheers, brew crew.
Oh, God damn it.